why do dogs whine all the time, and how do you stop it? When dogs whine, it can be very annoying. You might not know why they're whining and how to stop it. Maybe you try to tell them, shut up, stop it, tell them to sit or to stay, and they're still whining. Sometimes maybe you do give them that command, sit there, and you think this is gonna solve the problem, but they're sitting there, but they're still whining. The whining comes from a deeper place. It's not just how do I make the noise stop, it's how do I go to the root of the problem. If you've watched my previous video on how to make how to help a dog to stop barking, this is kind of similar. So some reasons to why a dog is whining all the time is anxiety, overstimulation, stress, and insecurity. If your dog is stressed out, it's going to whine. If it's insecure, and feeling unsure, it's going to whine. If your dog is overstimulated, well, that's equal to stress, and it's going to whine. And the same with anxiety. A couple of years ago, I took care of a dog that was very anxious, and that dog whined all the time in the beginning. And it was very hard to deal with, especially since at the time I was living in a one-room apartment with between 4 and 6 dogs, depending on, I had four dogs for my own, and I usually took in maximum 2 more dogs at a time to help them with different problems, or if I was like foster care or dog sitting or something like that. And when you live in a one-room apartment and you have a whining dog, it can be very irritating. But you have to remember that there's a root cause to that problem, and once you know why your dog is whining, it's much easier to stop. And not only to make the whining stop, but to actually take your relationship with that dog to the next level. So whining means that the dog is unbalanced and doesn't feel good. It's not in a good mental state, and it's overall just not feeling good at all. So in order to stop the whining, we need to look at some things that could be the cause of this. Why is my dog feeling stressed out or anxious or insecure? And some of the reasons why your dog might be feeling this way could be, number 1, lack of leadership. I will press into this on my channel in probably every video. So if you don't want to hear about leadership, this is the wrong channel for you, because I truly believe that this is the main single thing that can completely make or break your relationship with your dogs. Another thing that goes hand in hand with lack of leadership is uncertainty. Does your dog know its place in the home? Maybe you won't let the dog be on the couch, but your husband does, or your wife does, or your children do. Maybe there's, one person says yes to one thing and the other person says no. So the dog doesn't get it. It doesn't understand, where is my place? What is my job? What is my meaning in this family, in my pack? Another reason why the dog could be just whining all the time and feeling insecure or stressed out is there's just too much happening. Many people think that you have to stimulate your dog all the time. He needs to go for walks, and then he has to play, and then he has to do some training and do this A, B, C, D, and follow along everywhere and do all of these things, when that couldn't be more wrong in my opinion. Your dog needs to rest. Absolutely, your dog needs a long walk each and every day. It needs its set of rules, boundaries, and limitations. Absolutely, your dog would love to play sometimes and interact with both people and dogs, depending on the dog, the individual. But overall, absolutely, that's fine. But your dog doesn't need to do things all the time. It needs rest. It needs to just calm down and chill out and be a dog. In the wild, dogs sleep. They sleep much more than humans do. And your dog needs to do that as well in order to be happy and healthy and not build this anxious, overstimulated mindset that will trigger whining and barking and all kinds of other problems. So how to stop whining? There's no answer that will fit all, your unique situation, your situation with your dog and your dog's whining is unique, and it's hard for me to give one answer that will work for all, but I'm going to give some examples. So one way to stop whining is to drain all the physical energy. Go for a long goal-oriented walk where you focus on walking. Your dog is not supposed to sniff the ground or every bush every 5 minutes. It's not going to stop and pee everywhere. You're going to walk, and the reward after 15-20 minutes is to stay is to stop somewhere to smell and pee in the bushes, and then you walk again, goal oriented, just walking. This way your dog switches its mindset from looking everywhere, sniffing everything, to just, okay, my goal right now, my focus is to follow my human, is to walk. And that will help your dog to relax its brain, and whining will not be something that it feels the need to do. Another way to help your dog stop whining is to help him or her to just relax and be in the moment. This is something maybe you need to work on too. I know it was for me. When we sit down in the couch, are we good at doing nothing? Most likely not. We put on a movie, or we pick up our phones and scroll through shorts. And that's fine sometimes, but we need to be in the moment, and we need to be good at doing nothing, to be at peace with ourselves. I think that's very hard for many people, or for many humans, and it's very hard for many dogs as well. Not only does the dog pick up on the human, okay, my human can't sit still without being stressed out, so I can't either. And some also they're in that place by themselves because they're used to things happening all the time. So focus on that. Maybe that's a good team practice that you can do together with your dog, to just sit and just relax. Become aware of your thoughts and be in the moment. You don't need to stress out, and work on that. Also, very important to say is that when you do this, when you sit down somewhere, tell your dog to sit too. It needs a command to, okay, you're going to sit here, you're going to stay here. And in the beginning, this is going to be hard. Your dog is probably going to whine. It's going to go up and want to walk around and sniff and whine some more. Maybe whining becomes barking. And it's hard for me to help you to correct that like this in a video. But this is like the outer idea of you need to just relax and focus and work on it. Maybe it will be hard the first time, the second time, the third time, but over time. And also, if your dog has already gone for this long walk, it will already be naturally tired, and it's going to be easier. So just keep on working and don't give up. It's going to be hard. Whining, at least for me, I know when a dog whines that I'm taking care of, it can really easily give me stress as well. And so we really need to focus on just breathing and relaxing together with our dogs. So that's another good way to just practice rest with your dogs. Practice rest. So another good way to help your dog to stop whining is to give your dog a job. This helps your dog to be certain, to know its place in the pack and in your family. And everything's just going to work out really smoothly. And this also goes hand in hand with the other 2 points. To go for a long goal-oriented walk, that is a job for your dog to do. And also to just sit and stay and be chill in the moment, that's also a job for your dog. So find that thing that your dog can do instead of whining. When your dog is whining and is uncertain, it doesn't know what to do, give them something to do. Give them that job. And I don't mean throw them a candy or a stick or a ball, something like that, because that will keep them in that something needs to happen all the time mindset. I mean, give them a place and they're going to relax there. Give them a long walk, they're going to follow you. That's their job. So yeah. And when it comes to you, patience, patience, patience. I know it's hard. I know you're feeling stressed too, but don't give up. Don't give up, and really try to focus on yourself. Is your dog reflecting your mental state, your energy? Do you feel stressed? Maybe you find yourself whining on the inside, like, oh, I'm so stressed out over work or family or relationship or this and that, and your dog will pick up on that too. So this is really very much a team effort, a team activity. So imply rules and regulations, boundaries into your dog's life, so the dog knows its place, and whining will become a memory, hopefully. And whining will become something of the past, hopefully. And I have written something here, I'm just going to read it. When the dog knows it has a mission and a job in life, the dog knows what you want from him or her, he or she will feel safe and become calm more easily. Never pet or give attention to a whining dog. Petting and giving attention to a whining dog will just magnify the state of mind that the dog is already in. So if your dog is whining and you give that dog attention, the dog thinks, oh, I'm getting attention because I'm whining, so it will keep on whining. That's why it's really important to you yourself, you need to be just neutral and relaxed. You can't be angry as well, because if your dog feels that you're angry, it knows that it can control your emotions. Oh, I'm whining, I'm getting him angry or her angry, and I get something from that. And the same, goes for petting. And like maybe you want to pick the dog up if it's a small dog and it's whining and looking with these puppy eyes at you. But that's not right either, because you're teaching your dog a bad behavior and it will only magnify with time. I really wish that I could personally help all of you out there who has a dog that's whining and you don't know how to stop it. It's really hard, like I said, to reach out and give the answer to each and every dog owner through one video. But I really hope that, my goal on this channel is to just point you in the right direction, and hopefully you can work from there and find your own solution to the problem. Also, feel free to leave any questions down below in the comments, and I will try to answer them as best as I can. And remember to never give up on your dog, and don't give up on yourself either, because you both are worth it. You both are worth the very best. Thank you so much.